Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. Now I've said this a few times before, but you don't read math and physics, you practice it. And this is something I kind of ignored when I was an early Padawan in the sciences. And there's an anxiety about mathematics and physics that people have developed early in their childhood education. And I don't think people hate math. I just think people are afraid that they won't be able to understand it. And this is why so many people shy away from the STEM fields, because you eventually have to cross that bridge of math and physics, and many days you actually have to live on those bridges. So today I want to talk about some books that I believe that will help people overcome this fear and anxiety. So these books will be more geared for actually practicing problems. That's pretty much all they'll ever be covering. Now the first book is from the Problem Solver series, and it's for calculus. Now these series have been out for a while, and I had really wished I had known about this when I first started learning calculus when I was as an undergrad, because this is probably would be the one I recommend that everybody use as their core supplemental guide to their textbook. You have plenty of problems to actually work out in this book. The overall goal of this book is to have you practice problems, and it walks you through step by step so that you'll be able to know how to find the solution. I mean, math textbook can be dry. Useful, but very dry. But this book will actually baby step you through a lot of the topics that you'll cover in your early calculus course. And it actually provides you a lot of good confidence that you need so that you can actually move on to more advanced topics. And the reason why I say you'll probably want to make this your core supplemental guide is because they'll have just about every problem that you'll see and work out in your undergraduate calculus course. And you'll actually, instead of reading the material and going over the lecture notes, you'll actually be having plenty of practice problems to actually build a solid foundation in calculus. Next book I actually recommend is Schaum's Outline, and just like Problem Solvers, it actually provides plenty of step-by-step problems that you can go through. The reason why I also have this as well is because many times in mathematics, since math is very intuitive, you do want to get as many practice problems as you can. And sometimes they may not actually cover a particular content or a particular topic as thoroughly as another book, so you always want to have plenty of resources and reference material. And also it's pretty good to have because sometimes they don't work the same problems the exact same way, so you actually get more exposure on how to work different problem sets. So the more tools you have, the better and readily available you'll be able to use them. And plus sometimes you prefer one method over another in order to get the exact same answer. But again, Schaum's Outline for Calculus is also another great resource that I recommend. Along with Schaum's, I would recommend the 3000 Solved Problems in Physics. Yes, if you are a year one physics student, I would recommend this book highly. A lot of the textbooks that you get, they have example problems, which remember, you should work those example problems in the book. And they give you plenty of problems in the back, but you really don't have a lot of solutions to go off of. So this will actually give you a lot of practice problems to use for your year one physics course, and that will definitely help carry you a long way throughout your physics career. 3,000 problems seems like overkill, but really the more problems that you work, the better you understand the material. The better you understand the material, the more confident you are in solving the problem. Now this is an interesting book. So I found this book at the bookstore. This is 2018, but they was actually selling this book at the bookstore. There was a clearance bin of a lot of old books that they was getting rid of. I actually found this book, A First Course in Calculus from G.R. Vishwath. And even though this book is from 1990, they actually have a lot of practice problems and exercise in solving quadratic equations, linear algebra, basic limits, and derivatives, and pretty much I only bring this book up because if you go to your campus library, sometimes you will find a lot of good gems hidden in there. So I actually found this book, picked it up, looked through it, liked how they were solving a lot of different problems, and I figured it's like, hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and pick it up, practice some of the problem out here. Actually saw a lot of topics that you see in a lot of advanced calculus course and analysis, and a lot of this go over it in pretty good detail and help with good clarity actually. So I would recommend you, if you can find this book, get it. Also go to your campus bookstore where you purchase all your other books, see if they have a clearance section, and you'll find a lot of good old books at really cheap. This book cost $3.99. So how important is your education worth? Usually a lot of people don't get much information out of the $200 calculus textbook, and here this is for $4, and it'll be a great study aid to help you pass your course. I don't feel this book needs a lot of introduction. If you go online and look at the reviews for this book, it's pretty much kind of held as like the gold standard that everyone in math and physics could actually use, especially physics. If you want to get a bigger picture of a lot of the mathematical concepts and tools, highly recommend you get this book. Now this book is extremely dense. Very useful, but extremely dense. I would say this is more of a reference material for after you've already learned a material. You can actually go back and review a lot of the topics. I wouldn't say this is a book that you learn from, just like all the other books I've mentioned previously. But this is a good supplemental book and material that you can actually use all the way through grad school. So if anything, pick this book up. It'll be extremely useful. It goes everything from preliminary algebra all the way through numerical analysis. So just about every topic that you will ever need to cover in your mathematics or physics curriculum, you will actually find in this book here. It will give you a brief synopsis of the topic, but what's key is it has plenty of practice problems in here. This doesn't necessarily have a lot of the solutions, but it is very dense and detailed for you. You will have to get the solution manual separately, but again, highly recommend that everyone get this material or get this book so that you can be confident in how to tackle a lot of the material that you'll see in math and science. So those books are gold, and I'll leave a link for where you can get them on Amazon in the description below. But those books will have a wealth of knowledge and information for you to use and help back you up so that you can actually learn the skill, understand the material, and actually have the confidence you need in math or science. So that was pretty much the goal of this video. But yeah, those books will be key for anyone who wants to build a good, strong, solid foundation in math and physics. If there are other books that you think I left out that would be very important for others to know, please leave them in the comments below. Let's make a good use of this channel here and help support and educate each other. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay educated and educate others.